Roland, Tyler, and Vlada were in the middle of their 12-stop trip around the world. Their previous stop, the mountains of South America, were incredibly picturesque, and in spite of their near-death experience they'd had, was their favorite place so far. But now they were on to a place they'd been told was the place to visit in the African continent. When they arrived at the sacred groves, the park was packed and there were other tourists everywhere. Hey, let's split up for a bit, Tyler suggested. I want to go check out the gift shop. He was lying. What he really wanted to do was to stare longingly at the Black Lotus card he had gotten from that cave. Alpha and in mint condition. The others quickly agreed. They had their own baubles from the cave they wanted to enjoy as well. They had almost forgotten they were in the park full of incredible sights to see. And they certainly weren't paying any attention as the skies began to darken due to the flocks of birds above them. Welcome back, friends and scoundrels. I'm Bran.
And I'm Lynn.
And we're in episode 3 of the Birds franchise, Terror from Above. So anyways, let's get to the boring bits. Terror from Above. Special rules. Terror from Above requires the Final Girl core box and a location from a feature film box. Follow the normal setup rules, but with the exceptions outlined here. There is no killer board. Instead, place the Bloodlust card and the Bird Spawn card next to the location board. Place the Bloodlust marker on the start space of the Bloodlust track. Place the bird token with 3 birds side up on the killer space indicated on the location setup card. Place the Final Girl and victims as normal. And victims. Place single bird tokens on each empty space that has no victims or the Final Girl. Don't forget your finale and your dark power. I'm going to put those to the side there. Special victims. Special victims will only come out of hiding if and when one of the following conditions occur. You unlock your ultimate ability. These are all full. Flip over. Or there are no more victims on the board. When one of those conditions has been met, place the special victim meeples in the furthest search spaces from you with no more than one in a single space. Here. The special victims can never be attacked or killed, but for all other purposes are treated like normal victims. How to win. The win conditions are different for this expansion since there is no killer. To win, you must save all of the special victims using normal victim save rules. How to lose. You lose immediately if there are 3 birds on every space of the board, or if the Final Girl dies. The birds. The birds are represented by tokens. They are considered minions. Birds will never move on their own and can only be moved by a special game effect, such as an effect from an item. Spawning birds. When resolving either of these icons, boot or a bird foot, roll 2 dice. You may choose which result to use for the number of birds spawned and which result to use for where they will spawn. 1 and 6, so we'll place 1 bird at my location. Birds will always spawn at least once per round during the minion action, which is the first step of the killer phase, but oftentimes they will spawn more based on terror card effects and the finale. If birds need to be placed in a space that already has 3 birds, place them in an adjacent space. If birds need to be placed in a space that already has 3 birds, place them in an adjacent space of your choice instead. Continue finding spaces, expanding further away if necessary until all of the spawned birds are placed. Bird attacks. When resolving an attack icon, an attack will take place in the space with Final Girl as long as there is at least 1 bird, and every space that has 3 birds. unless otherwise noted. Birds attack one target in their space, dealing damage equal to the number of birds in that space. Birds always prioritize normal victims over the final girl if both are in the same space. Destroying birds. Birds in a space can be attacked, and you can remove one bird per damage dealt. Excess damage is lost. Other rules. When the birds attack, the final girl can use reaction cards to prevent damage to anyone in her space. Normally, reaction cards cannot be used to defend victims. However, to protect a victim, all the damage must be prevented as it only takes one damage to kill a victim. Event cards that require one or more special victim meeples to be used should be ignored. When this occurs, discard it and redraw a new event. It may happen that an event card doesn't make sense or work with the terror from above. If this occurs, you can ignore it and draw another one. Some items might be useless against the birds. For example, the bear trap at Camp Happy Trails. If you don't like that, you can remove these items and replace them if they come up. However, sometimes you just find useless things, and our preference is that you just have to deal with that adversity. Some terror and event cards refer to the killer. There is no killer as the birds are minions. In these instances, do the following. If a card specifies for the killer to move, spawn birds instead. If a card specifies for the killer to be placed somewhere, place 3 birds there. Sacred Groves. Special setup. Set up the game as normal with the following changes when playing with Sacred Groves. Place the Divine Wrath card in the play area and place a tracking marker on level 2. Place the Sacred Grove's Bloodlust track directly to the right of the chosen killer's board, lining it up with the bottom of the killer's Bloodlust track. Set the Sacred Grove's finale token to the side. It is only needed if the finale is revealed. Include both atonement action cards in the action tableau. These are included with the ink and Yaba. Special rules. Divine Wrath. Whenever you are instructed to increase or decrease Wrath, move the tracking marker on the Divine Wrath card up or down the appropriate number of levels. The marker can never be below 1 or above 10, so ignore any additional increases or decreases that would move the marker beyond those levels. Whenever you are instructed to unleash Wrath, check the current level on the Divine Wrath card and apply any effects listed there. Whenever Bloodlust increases, in addition to applying any effects on the killer board, such as increasing horror or revealing the killer's dark power, you must also apply the effect, if any, listed on the matching line of the Sacred Grove's Bloodlust track. Some items or card effects will allow you to reduce Wrath, but the primary way is to purchase and play atonement action cards. If the finale is triggered, take the Sacred Grove's finale token and place it on top of the finale card. During the killer phase and after the killer action is completed, you must unleash Wrath and then increase Wrath by 1 as indicated on the token. Sacred Spaces. Sacred Spaces are a new type of space on the Sacred Groves location board. The burial ground, Sacred Shrine, and Holy Groves are considered sacred spaces. The more victims that are located at sacred spaces, the angrier the gods may become, and the higher chance that Wrath will increase. Scenario rules. Terror in the Groves. Terror from above difficulty. Hard. 3 special victims. Final girl. Barbara. Setup. Family day. Check my work. As I put my arm in the way. Items. Set up the item deck as normal. Events. Unholy Bloodshed. Starting event. Flash photography. The gods hate failure. Sacred Groves tarot cards. 3 of them. Tourist Trap. Fickleness of the gods. Punishment of the gods. Terror from above. Terror cards. 7. Where are they coming from? Times 6. But there's not actually 6 of those cards, so I substituted in something else. I forget what. Minor Dark Power. Bird Wall. Dark Power. They're just waiting to strike. Finale. Foul Aggression. Special rules. Anytime a bird token is placed on a sacred space, place 1 bird token on each of the other sacred spaces as well. When using Barbara's ultimate ability with a special victim in her space, she gets the benefit of the ability, but the special victim is not killed. Makes a lot more sense than when I first read it.
I wasn't listening, so I
And minor preparation. No, I thought it completely negated it, but it's only the special victims. Alrighty. So, we're starting event. Unholy Bloodshed. I guess these gods don't take kindly to tourists bleeding all over their sacred shrines.
That's quite rude.
Depends on why you're bleeding and who the god is. Some of them like it.
I guess.
The Aztecs gods liked it, depending on the purpose. I mean, don't just go out there, with paper cut, start bleeding all over it.
Right? Gotta be stabbed clean through.
It'd be a heck of a
It's a long day of
heck of a paper cup.
paper cup.
That'd be a heck of a paper cut. Anyways, anytime at least one victim is killed at a sacred space, unleash wrath. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Okay. All right, then. Let's do this.
Okay.
Go for a walk.
Your first paper cut.
These dice said no. Well, I guess we're gonna move one space. 2 here.
I hope that's not indicative of how your day is gonna go.
It probably is. Let's try that again. Oh, don't forget your time. To a focus and a short rest. Change this. Whatever. I don't want them to die there, so stay there. And I'm gonna go ahead and attempt a weak attack. So we kill one bird. Oops. 2. But I take damage. And I guess we'll stop there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a guard. And I guess a sprint. Not much else I can do at the moment. Alright, bird's turn. They're going to attack in my space because there's 2 of them there. So, oh no, that's 1 success. Reduce damage by 2, so I block both of it. Whew. And then they're going to spawn.
So what'd you roll?
A 4 and a 5. So the nearest victim space, which is my space, or the nearest search space, which is here. I think I'm going to go ahead with a 4 at the nearest victim space. All my hard work killing them birds.
Down the drain. All those birds down the drain.
One here, one here, one here.
It's a lot of birds.
That is a lot of birds.
Terror card.
Terror card. Where are they coming from? Spawn. This is going a little bit more in line with the first one.
What'd you get?
The same. So mine's already full, so I'm going to default to here. Leave 2. Here. Then here. If there are fewer birds were spawned, spawn again. Well, one of those times where you're fortunate for a high roll, I guess.
I guess.
There's always the possibility of 1 in 1. All right. So panic phase, nobody died, so nothing to panic. Upkeep phase, nothing to upkeep at the moment. It's my turn. Whew. Let's do this. I only need to get 2 spaces. I just need 1 success.
There you go. None success. Just what you asked for.
Yep. So you can either take damage and lose 2 time and keep going, but I don't have any other cards, so. Or I can move up to 1 space, take a damage, still lose 2 time, and stop. So I guess we'll go ahead and move the 1 space.
Okay.
Take a damage. I mean, it makes sense. There's just birds everywhere.
There are.
And lose 2 time. And stop. So we'll take all these back. That'll be helpful. I'm gonna go ahead and take a retaliate. Okay, so that was my turn. Bird's turn. They're going to attack. where I am at, because there's no victims in this space. So I'm going to retaliate.
Looks like there's no victims.
There's 3 birds there, but no people. 6. Reduce damage from attack by 2, so somebody's still going to die. And we do 1 damage back. So, not terrible. Got a new event. The gods hate failure. Might as well add the gods to the list of people who think I'm a failure. Whenever you completely fail a horror roll after conversions and rerolls, increase wrath by 1. I kind of feel like I need to hurry up and get this one.
So is that whenever you fail a horror roll?
Completely fail.
Completely fail.
So, and after modifications.
So terror card? No, spawn.
No.
Spawn.
Increase wrath by number of victims at sacred spaces. So I move 2.
Is that part of the event? Or thing?
No, that's
Oh, okay.
Bloodlust. 2. Okay. Now spawn. Jeez.
What'd you get?
5 and 6. So I guess we'll go with 5 of them at my space. Because that's what it would be anyways. There's a lot of these fellas today. And put 1 here. And we are hooking right along today, aren't we?
We are. Are you leaving a trail of breadcrumbs?
I think I left one there. Okay, so that was my spawn.
Now terror.
Now terror card. The birds are attacking. Attack in your space and all spaces where birds outnumber victims. So they're just gonna die.
Just 2 space. Oh no.
That's 1. Horror goes up. Up 1. Dark power is revealed. And unleash wrath. Do this first.
Okay.
They're just waiting to strike. During upkeep, if there are 3 birds in your space, increase horror times 2.
That's no good.
Unleash wrath. Discard 1 random action card. This one. Of focus. Okay. And then 1 more, right? So you're here. 1, 2, 3. Horror goes up. Increase wrath by number of victims at spaces. Well, thankfully, it's not going to do anymore. Then, if no attacks occurred, they did spawn and decrease bloodlust anyways.
There's no getting out of it.
That was the terror card. Upkeep.
I'd say panic, but everybody died. Oops, I missed.
So, horror went up twice. There's 3 birds there. So we discard a terror card. I need to deal with that. Oh, panic phase, but there's nobody to panic.
I already said that.
All right, my turn. I guess we'll try to focus ourselves a little bit here. I remembered this time. I failed.
That's a complete failure.
That is a complete failure. And I don't have anybody to save. So, oh, 1, 2. I forgot to lose my time for my focus.
So what are you gonna do?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Do you have a distraction?
I don't.
Do you have a weak attack?
I do. I suppose I should do that. Weak attack. And hopefully don't spawn any birds here. And I'm done.
And that was a complete failure.
And that was a complete failure, which is increase this by 1. All right, well, I guess I'll take a distraction and close call to set up for later. That's forward time. I'm going to attack. I'm going to take 3 damage. So now I at least have an extra die.
That's something, I guess.
I think we're working on being one of the fastest ones.
Yeah.
Right, spawn. Gee, I gotta stop rolling these dice for these.
What do you got?
5 and a 6. Sorry, a 5 and a 6. So here, I'm just gonna do this the easy way. 3 there. Go this way. Here for another 3, and 1 there.
Birds are spreading out.
Yeah, they are. Where are they coming from? Spawn again.
Is it 5 and 6 again?
3 and 6. So do I take the 3 and gamble on having a whole bunch more come out next on the next roll? Because I'm gonna have to do that again. Or do I take the 6 now?
Based on the way you've been rolling, I would just take the 6 now.
Right. So we're gonna take 6 at the nearest search space, which is me, but I'll just default here. What was that? 6?
Mm-hmm.
Here. And we'll go here. Yay. So where are they coming from? 3 or fewer birds were spawn. Spawn again, but I opted to just take the worst of that. Panic phase, nobody died yet. No, this just happened, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So upkeep phase. So we're up. We're up. Did I not do that last time?
You did.
So that's 2 bloodlust, which means 2 terror cards discarded.
Well, that's a good one to get rid of at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that it's gonna matter.
Right.
All right. So my turn.
Turn.
Let's try to gain a little bit of control, as futile as it feels. We're using a close call. We're just gonna pay to roll both. 1 success. So horror up 1. Yay. And 1 time back. I'm just gonna stay here instead of burning through my time. Suppose we'll start with these. We got 5 total. Take a guard. Take a couple guards, I think, and a close call. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bird's turn. So I'm gonna take an attack. Try to guard it. Done with all y'all.
But you have 3?
Why? Oh. Not that it matters.
Glad I could help.
Do a close call to reroll all of it. Short rest and walk. Change that. So reduce. Ignore all damage.
That's good. Well, you've only got 1 health left.
And then these 2 are gonna die. So that is 2 birds discard or 2 cards discarded. Is that the only one?
Looks like.
So spawning. 4 and a 5. So go ahead and take 2 for over here. Oh, flip of that. And then I've got two more at that Sacred Groves. I gotta remember to come this way next time.
You are filling with birds.
I am. I'm not worried about losing that way, though. No. Okay, so terror card. The birds are attacking your space and all spaces where birds outnumber victims. Well, just my space.
Just you.
Guard it again. Ignore all damage. Okay, upkeep phase. Or no, panic phase. There's no birds with people, so we don't need to worry about that at the moment. Upkeep phase. Here. That's that. Which means we're in the finale. So that's just irrelevant now. The finale. For the remainder of the game, when spawning birds, roll one die and place that many birds in my space. Well, I've been doing that the whole game anyway, so I don't know how that's any different. Jeez. I am at a complete loss in what to do with this game. I really am. Like, if this were real life, I'd just, all right, peck my eyeballs out. What am I going to do? Yeah. Okay, let me go ahead and try to do a walk. Might as well while I have 3. There we
Right.
go.
Yeah.
Okay.
To the beginning, but we are now. That's a complete failure. On 3 dice. It's impressive.
Well, we're going to go this way. Walk into these birds. And they're going to kill us. So the complete failure is irrelevant anyways.
Well.
I really don't know why I kept that going for so long. Other than, video purposes.
Yeah.
Because, there was no getting out of that. There really wasn't. Because I didn't have enough time to buy enough to get me out of it. I didn't have enough cards in my hand to buy back time to do anything. That was a terrible game.
It was. You're terrible at this. Even the gods are disappointed in you.
I mean, given the story on this one, I suppose it makes sense.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that was this disaster. But that's how this game goes sometimes. This one was a little bit disheartening, but not as bad as some of the other games that I've played. Oh, I don't even think I got to that, did I? So, thanks for watching. Different ways to support us down below in the description box. If you found this enjoyable somehow, or useful in any way, share it with somebody else that you think will get same or similar value out of it. And until next time, live to roll.